I discovered something contradictory regarding the allegations involving Timothy Heller and Melanie Martinez. This time, it concerns the story Timothy told about Melanie allegedly calling her 20 minutes after Timothy posted a generic tweet that didn't mention any names, characteristics, or tags. It was simply a tweet saying that she had an abuse story to tell.
And it's a tweet about sexual assault. Yep, immediate red flag. Not even 12 seconds in. See, the moment you have to try to downplay incidents is when I know you're only arguing this in bad faith. Great job.
However, Timothy claimed that 20 minutes after posting that tweet, Melanie supposedly called her. According to Timothy herself, as soon as she saw Melanie calling, she immediately blocked her. Timothy also said that Melanie messaged her boyfriend, Mikey, asking him to put her in contact with Timothy, but he allegedly blocked Melanie as well. Now let's get to the inconsistencies. As many people know, Melanie Martinez was known, especially around 2017, for taking months-long breaks from social media. Melanie has never really been a very active social media user. We also have evidence that during that period she had not posted or liked anything on Twitter for a long time. Of course, Twitter does not show when someone is online, but that doesn't erase what comes next.
Oh, and your first piece of evidence is a theory. Really just relying hard on your imagination here today, huh? Notice how this says November 16, 2017, remember that.
Melanie and Timothy's friendship ended in 2016, and both of them had already unfollowed each other on social media. This creates an inconsistency in itself, because how could Melanie have seen Timothy's tweets so quickly when Twitter does not send push notifications informing users whenever someone they do not follow makes a post? Melanie was also following relatively few people on Twitter at that time. Furthermore, it seems unlikely that one of Melanie's friends would have seen that generic tweet and immediately sent it to her. How would that friend have known the tweet was about Melanie in the first place? Additionally, Timothy's tweet was initially only seen by her followers at the time.
Okay, so first, that's a lie. You can still very much get push notifications from accounts that don't follow you. Especially from accounts that used to follow you as well. The facts and my own personal experience using Twitter can attest to this. Also, the fact that you can still very much see tweets on your recommendation when you first even open the website and app. Especially since the tweet is about sexual assault from a singer at that time, because Timothy still had her own career going. So that's even more reason for it most likely showing to a lot of people, especially Melanie. Also, unless you know Melanie or Timothy personally and know when they are online or suddenly know when or who views their tweets or not, you really had zero reason bringing this up. Besides showing how parasocial you are, because mind you, you had to actually show evidence on how you personally know when or who saw Timothy's tweet. You realize you're not Melanie's friend, you know that, right? So none of what you just said is fact at all. You basically have a nothing burger in your video.
There's also something contradictory and strange about the way Timothy described the situation. She said that as soon as she saw Melanie calling her, she immediately blocked Melanie. She also claimed that Melanie messaged her boyfriend asking him to reconnect her with Timothy, but that he blocked Melanie as well. If both Timothy and Mikey blocked Melanie first, then how did they later receive the allegedly offensive and insane messages that Timothy claimed Melanie sent?
Now for the reason for this video. Because that message was the reason her boyfriend blocked her. It literally says so in the article. So Timothy blocked her first. Then Melanie goes to contact her boyfriend, which includes the messages Timothy was talking about, and obviously Timothy's boyfriend blocks her after that. But of course, Sonny, you have to lie and manipulate because the truth would expose you. Just like you do here.
On top of that, Timothy has never publicly shown those messages, despite having literally opened her phone to the supposed conversation with Melanie during an interview.
When did the friendship end? Like, was it earlier this year or was it more like 2016? Like, when did, like, because you said on the live stream that, like, she texted you or you texted her about her unfollowing you. When, like, was that?
I can figure it out. Let me check. Where is it? It was in October. Must have been of 2015. October 2015.
Sonny, that clip has nothing to do with the claim you made. In that interview, Timothy was talking about the timeline of when their friendship supposedly ended. And in the article it literally says the messages Timothy refers to as insane and hurtful were on her boyfriend's phone. not hers. So you're a liar again.
Finally, and perhaps most importantly, in an interview Timothy gave to Perez Hilton, she stated herself that Melanie Martinez never contacted her directly. She said that Melanie had only released 2 public statements. This appears to directly contradict the claims that Melanie called her and attempted to contact her through messages. I rarely see this point discussed. Personally, I think that if Timothy fabricated or manipulated this story, it would be an extremely low thing to do, simply to make Melanie appear more guilty, which I don't doubt very much.
No, it doesn't want to know why that is, Sonny. Because these 2 instances didn't happen at the fabricated timeline you are making it as. Remember how I mentioned to remember those tweets that Timothy made about sexual assault from November 16th? Remember that. Look at the dates for those tweets, and this interview with Perez. And this Instagram interview. Y'all notice it yet? Yeah, thought so. But in case you didn't get it because intelligence doesn't click for some people. These 2 instances are separate. Timothy's claim of Melanie calling and texting her and her partner happened in November. And Timothy's other claim of Melanie not contacting her happened after her December 4th statement about her assault. So no, she did not contradict herself. You, Sonny, are just a liar who purposely screwed up the timelines of both incidents. Used a clip that had nothing to do with the claims you were making. Only person that fabricates and manipulates a story to make one party appear more guilty is you.
And before anyone says that Newsweek reported seeing the alleged text message screenshots, remember that we do not know how Timothy presented those screenshots to them. Furthermore, Newsweek is not necessarily a source that should be treated as unquestionable. I would not recommend forming a conclusion based solely on that report.
But we should trust you though. Because a part of your main argument comes from that article. Well, not really an argument since it's a lie, so what does that conclude for your video then? Oh right, we already know the conclusion to that, don't we? I end this off by saying to please fact check any claim you see if you're involved in this situation. New to the situation, just make sure you're getting all the facts right. It's important you do this before you end up spreading lies and misinformation. And it's the fact I made more than one video on this person just proudly lying. Misconstruing facts, leaving out important details in their videos to create a narrative. Using clips and evidence that have nothing to do with the claims they make, but they just hope you don't have the cells to notice it, but clearly they do. But that's all I have. Bye.